Happy Pride Month, everybody. Unless you're watching this video after Pride Month, then happy not Pride Month, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you about every LGBTQ character in Undertale and Deltarune. And there are some pretty lesser known ones on this list, so stick around to the end to see them all, I guess. Undertale is probably one of the gayest games I've ever played. Also, please tell me in the comments if there's anybody who I missed. Starting off with Undertale, let's begin with Alphys and Undyne. These two monsters become a couple in the true pacifist route of the game, and even kiss each other during the end credits. I like how these two different characters fell in love. They're very unique from each other. Alphys is a total nerd, and Undyne is a fierce warrior, and then they fell in love. Opposites attract, I guess. Did you know that Alphys is actually most likely bi? Because when Mettaton asks who Alphys has a crush on during his game show, both Asgore and Undyne are correct answers. Next up, we have these two royal guards in Hotland. If you played the game peacefully, you know how gay these two are. They literally go on a date and eat ice cream after you fight them. There are Undertale tarot cards that you can buy on Fangamer, and this is the one for the royal guards. So cute. According to the Undertale wiki, their sprites are named with the word bara, which is a misnomer of a Japanese genre of artwork in fictional media that features homosexual men and traditionally made by men for men. So, now on to the trans characters. Frisk, the main character of Undertale, uses they/them pronouns. And it can be argued that that's because they're supposed to be the player character, so whatever the gender the player is, that's what their gender is. But with that logic, wouldn't their name be whatever the player's name is? Like, they have the canon name Frisk, so, like, why not also have canon gender? It can also be argued that the monsters don't know Frisk gender, so they just use they/them as a default. But wouldn't someone kind and friendly to Frisk just ask what their pronouns are? Like, Papyrus, maybe? Anyway, Undertale is the only game I know of with a non-binary protagonist, which is something I really appreciate. Another human character with they/them pronouns is Chara, of course. If there aren't they/them, then explain why their best friend Asriel, who knows Chara very well, probably better than anyone else, refers to them using they/them. And Chara didn't like humanity very well, and came to Mount Ebit for bad reasons, probably to run away from humanity or to... never mind that, but I think one of the reasons for Chara hating humanity and overall being not the most mentally stable character could be because the humans were just really transphobic to them. But hey, that's just a theory. A gay theory. Next character. On the Nintendo Switch version of Undertale, you can fight a character named Mad Mew Mew, who is clearly meant to be a trans woman, if you think about it. So Mad Mew Mew might sound familiar because in Undertale, like the normal game, not just on Switch version, you fight against Mad Dummy, who the ghost possessing Mad Dummy possesses like a doll of like this cat girl character and becomes Mad Mew Mew. So that's where she came from. She has a very fun boss fight, and she keeps on talking about how this is her new perfect body, which seems very trans to me. Speaking of trans women, this Lion character says she was inspired to dress femininely by Mettaton. She can also be seen working as a waitress in QC's diner in Deltarune. Also, the fact that she was inspired by Mettaton might be hinting at Mettaton also being trans. And Monster Kid, by the way, has no confirmed gender, and Napstablook uses they/them. So it's pretty obvious that Noelle has a crush on Susie, but did you know that it's also likely that Noelle may be trans? Noelle looks like a white-tailed deer, and only male white-tailed deer grow antlers. Though we don't know what type of deer she is, it's possible that her mom or sister may show up in the future and we can see if they have antlers or not, and if they don't, that may be a hint at Noelle being trans. Also, of course, Chris uses they them, which makes sense because they are likely the Deltarune version of Frisk or Chara. And Sham also uses they them, even though they don't get called by any pronoun in the game. Sham has been referred to they them by Toby Fox himself during the Undertale 6th anniversary livestream. Here's the clip.
They are good character.
Yeah.
I think it's important to discuss why this representation matters. Why do I care so much about the gender of a fictional deer or cat or lizard thing? Well, there's a few reasons actually. First of all, it shows the world that we exist. We are human, well, sometimes at least, and our identity doesn't make us any less valid than straight people. Also, representation can be good for LGBTQ people as well. Sometimes it can feel lonely being queer in what feels like a cis-straight world. You might hear people at school using gay as an insult. You might get told to pick a side. You might hear that same, I identify as a whatever joke for the 100th time. But you feel better when you read a book or watch a show or play a video game and you see people like you. And they're being treated like they're normal. And that can help someone feel less lonely. Also, the world has had mostly just cis, straight media for a long time, and I think it's time for a change. That's all I wanted to say for this video. Have a great Pride Month.